I thought it'd be a great opportunity to learn to breakdance. And I thought if I could breakdance, that would just solve all my problems. Because any situation that I'm in that I don't want to be in anymore, I would just spin on my head. And that pretty much solves it. Like, if I'm getting mugged, like, no one's going to mug a girl that's spinning on her head. Like, if someone came up behind me and tried to grab me, I'd just start spinning and be like, you tripping, homie? They would feel really awkward about it. And maybe if they were really down, they'd like start breaking out some moves and we could like get into it together and like people would start throwing money and that would be a win-win situation for both. But yeah, so that sounded great and really appropriate for me. But you can't be a gangster rapper called Amy. So I had to think about a gangster rapper name. And I came up with MCS, which stands for Middle Class Sket. And Sket means slag. I don't know if you know that. I've researched it. It's like the new word on the streets for slag. I could really be a gangster rapper. So I thought, yeah, that sounded great, MCS. And I started spraying it around East London and like get my name out there. And then I heard that people just thought it was like a new rival to DFS. It does sound a bit like a sofa shop. And that's why being a gangster rapper didn't work out. Also, that spinning on your head is actually really difficult. I've tried it and it's less Dizzy Rascal and more just like Dizzy. But one thing with being a gangster rapper is that you can't smile a lot, like you have to look quite serious all the time. And I'm okay with that because I do have a bitch face. You don't need to agree so strongly. But yeah, people tell me I look miserable all the time, and I'm like, I'm aware of that. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. This is just the way that the muscles have formed around my skull. Like, this is how the skin has grown across my face. This is how 27 years of broken dreams has on my pale visage. And like, I'm aware of it, so I don't know why people keep telling me. Like, I don't go up to homeless people and say, you look a bit poor. You can work on that. And like, I don't go up to smokers and say, that's actually quite bad for you. Because that would make me a dick. And I don't go up to Christians and say, you're quite pious. Maybe cut down on that. Oh no, I actually do that. Fuck religion. Yeah, but somehow it is okay to tell me that I look miserable, but it's never okay to tell someone to smile less. And like, no, it's true. And one time I saw this girl and she was like so happy, she was like bouncing off the fucking wall, she was doing my head in, and I thought, I need to bring her down a peg or two. And I was like, alright love, yeah, it's your birthday, okay, yeah, you only turn 8 once, but Santa's not real. Santa's not real, you're adopted, and your mum doesn't know I'm fucking your dad. I'm the bad guy. But yeah, I mean, that does make me sound bad, but it is quite annoying. It's like sometimes I'm just going about my day. Like once I was just buying a chicken burger, and this group of lads walked in, and one of them was like, "You look fucking miserable." And I was like, okay. And you might just think he's trying to cheer you up. You know, he's being nice. You'd be wrong, but you might think that. But what you don't realise is that when he says that, that like snaps me out of my natural emotional state, which is like, meh. And it sends me like introspectively spiralling into this existential crisis where I have to evaluate everything in my life in order to determine if I am in fact miserable. So I'm like, okay, we live on a planet that's orbiting at the perfect distance from the sun. And the planet has the exact atmosphere for what we need. And we're part of a species that has evolved over millions of years to take its place at the top of the food chain, where we've made technological advances that even 5 years we couldn't have dreamed of. But sometimes you're wrapping a present and you can't find the end of the cellophane. Like, there's pros and cons to everything. Like, in my life, like, okay, I'm a freelancer, which is great because I get a lot of variety in my work. But you know, it is risky. Like there's the ever-present chance that the work might stop coming in and I'll die alone in a ditch. And I live in London, which is the greatest city in the world. But I did once get my head stuck in the tube doors. Embarrassing. And I'm single, which is great because I never have to fake a headache. But my entire family does think I'm a lesbian. Yeah, woo! So yeah, there's ups and downs to everything. But at that point, I was like, well, I'm in a fucking chicken cottage, and I'm waiting for the M41, and I'm surrounded by dickheads who are berating me for looking the exact fucking way I should be looking in this situation. So like, I'm sorry if my actual emotions have got in the way of your pleasant chicken buying experience. I don't see how that's my fault. I'm gonna have to look at the notes again. Oh yeah, but sometimes I do try and make myself look better. Like I'll go to Boots sometimes, and Boots is a fucking nightmare because they make you walk past that section at the front, you know, that's filled with like fit women and expensive makeup, and they make you walk past that just to get to the actual shit you need, like antibacterial foot spray. And it's weird that section. It's weird that section because it's all like really shiny and like reflective, and everything's a bit smooth, and the women are really orange and they're wearing a lot of makeup and their eyes are a bit weird, and it's like an alien spaceship, but instead of wanting to probe you, they just judge you on your complexion. Gosh. And they're wearing lab coats as if they're scientists. And they're selling bottles that say things like Elemis Pro Cleanser, filled with peptoethyloids and fortified with antioxidants. And thinking that science is like thinking the Bible is history. So they're using some of the right words, it's all got a bit confused. Somewhere between Revlon and Revelation. So, I was in Boots the other day, and I saw this advert which made me stop in my tracks. It was shocking. This is true. It was like a big billboard, and the slogan was, "Sure, you look hot, great, but do you look hot enough?" Fuck me. Like, this is a whole new level of insecurity I didn't even know. Like, do I look hot enough? For what? Like, enough, you know, to have a door held open for me? Yeah, probably. Like, you'd have to be pretty minging to have a door shut in your face. Like, do I look hot enough to get some free coffees? Like, maybe a column in the Daily Mail? Seriously, like, do I look hot enough for what? Like, is there going to be an exam? It's like the Asian parents of makeup. Like, you look hot, you got an A. Why not